What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today when I talk to you about SoundHound, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what is really moving SoundHound, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is up 3.98%, recovering from yesterday's somewhat unnecessary sell-off. So 519 the low, 531 the high. So I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of what's influencing it today, but kind of low volume. So 7.6 million for volume, 18.8 is the average. But then again, it's kind of normal for a Friday. But there's a lot of things that the market's trying to digest. So you had non-farm payroll coming in at 12,000 versus a forecast of 180,000. Absolutely dismal, but I think the market doesn't really care all that much. A lot of that is associated to the hurricane. Unemployment was better than anticipated, so 4.1 versus 4.2 the forecast. So that is absolutely amazing. And then ISM manufacturing came in lower than the forecast, so 46.5 versus 47.5. So that's not good. Anything below 50 essentially does show more of a contraction still in the broader market. So I think no matter what, Powell said it best, the fact that you need to really look at the labor market. That is priority right now. And if so, then unemployment is good. And I think the market is taking that for face value and really propelling it higher. In SoundHound's case, majority of the volume being done today is surprisingly linked to shorts and algorithmic trading. So we can kind of see what has been happening with SoundHound over the last little bit. A lot of volatility, and generally, just looking at the last 1 month, for instance, you have seen this pullback ever since the 29th. And so this goes to show when the algos go negative and there is fear in the market, a lot of growth stocks such as SoundHound get hit quite hard. So I think SoundHound was having some pretty good momentum all in all, but like I said, I think it just it's at the mercy of the broader market right now. There was one piece of news that did come out yesterday though, so I'll give you an overview of that. So SoundHound phone ordering crosses milestone as AI system processes 100 million customer interactions for restaurants, and that's across the US. So I cover SoundHound and some other stocks. A lot of my videos are just kind of interpreting the current data, what's happening right now, what's influencing it, but honestly, I really do like SoundHound bigger picture. And I actually launched a YouTube membership for this actual channel, and I give buy signals on stocks and options and stuff like that. And SoundHound I put as a long-term buy because I really do like what it's going through. And I think right now, just with the lower volume and it being heavily shorted, that's one of the biggest attributing factors why it is at the price it is. It should be, based on everything that's been coming out, easily $8 plus. That's just my own interpretation, and I think that $8 can be seen as rather conservative as well. So I think just a lot of this news is good for SoundHound. Sometimes, like I said, just the stock price doesn't always correlate because you have this right here. So for instance, shorts are increasing 1.61 million shares right now. 23.19% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 73.48 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost of borrow average is 11.9. Utilization is 90.17. So despite the very good data that's been coming out, you see shorts still lingering. And so shorts have been here for a very long time. Even just generally looking at SoundHound, back in 2022, like honestly, SoundHound was just like getting started, very speculative at that stage, more so than what it is now. And ultimately the short interest was 0.77, so 0.77. So as they ramp up, shorts have been doubling down. Does not logically make sense whatsoever. So in my opinion, I think this is one of the biggest things that is plaguing SoundHound. And once they do kind of continue its amazing growth, then you are going to see essentially shorts just get off their back. So that's just my own interpretation, of course. But moving over to options, 737,000 in calls, 51,000 in puts. 48% of all the options being done today are optimistic and bullish. And of those call options, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that 650 mark. And then looking at the puts, you see a consensus for it to be sub 5. So in my opinion, a lot more upside is anticipated. Today, it really does show how strong algorithmic trading truly is, because even on the secondary market, you are seeing roughly 6 transactions so far, all of them are sells. So 1.81 million is a big one right here, but like I said, based on the bid, the ask, and the selling price, big money is selling. Shorts are increasing, so not the best, but SoundHound is still green because of the algorithmic trading. So it really goes to show how powerful that truly is. And quickly moving over to 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗧, I'll give you an overview of this. So on the actual chart itself, I have the ALMA, 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, super trend, stochastic RSI, and MACD. So MACD is rather bearish right now. Currently, it is below the ALMA, and also the super trend is showing more of a kind of negative point right here ever since it looks like the 29th for the most part. So I think it just is overdone. Yesterday it did bounce off of that 50-day moving average, so we know going forward that 509 is a very strong support. So in my opinion, I think today's consolidation and kind of moving in the right direction is good. One thing for it to really close above though is $5.29. So yeah, I think just bigger picture, like I said, what happens operationally doesn't really correlate always with the stock price. It does get very heavily manipulated, whether it be from shorts or algos. But yeah, I really like what SoundHound has been doing over the last little bit. Based on this, so this is the latest analyst ratings. The last one was done last month, 950 buy rating, D.A. Davidson. Anticipate a lot more ratings to come out on, I believe it is the 12th after hours for their earnings. And so that'll be coming right around the corner. That should be the next big catalyst as well for SoundHound. And I think I brought this up last video, but in case you missed it, so -7 cents is that earnings per share, 23.03 million is that revenue over the last 90 days, 2 positive and 2 negative revisions to the earnings per share. So somewhat evenly divided, but even generally looking at what analysts are forecasting, they're anticipating double-digit growth for the foreseeable future, and profitability most likely coming early 2026. Even looking at the revenue, you're seeing double or even triple digit year-over-year growth. And so this is exactly the type of business that you want to see, that level of growth and optimism. And like I said, I think analysts are still even rather timid based on their predictions for this. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. Give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with SoundHound? And do you think that their upcoming earnings is going to be a beat, or do you think it's going to miss? What's your viewpoint on all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. 2 things: take advantage of this promo because it gives you 8 free shares. Each share is valued up to $2,000. Free is amazing, so take advantage of this. And then, like I already mentioned earlier, I did launch memberships for this YouTube channel. So if you like the channel and support the growth, you can definitely do so. Or if you want to join that private Discord where I give buy signals on stocks and options, then definitely take a look at that. With all that said though, appreciate all of you watching.